I'm going to give you an overview on Google Classroom. So right off the bat, one of the things about this tool is that it's only available for those with educational emails. So when you go to Google Classroom, make sure that you're signed in with your Wake County account, and then you'll have access. And from there you'll see all the different classes that you might be a part of. But let's start at the beginning. So first, for teachers, to create a class, you simply press the plus button, add in the details there, and it's going to bring you to the basics. Okay, so now you're going to notice that there are 3 different items here. Okay, about, students, and stream. So about is the main details of the class. So you put in a title, you put in where it meets, and here's where you can also add some materials. This is useful because Google Classroom operates not unlike Edmodo, where it's kind of a blog with all the different posts. So if you want anything to be omnipresent, to not get lost down in the stream of the different items, you want to put in the About page. All right, so for each of these, you simply type to do there, and you have a couple options. You can upload any kind of file, you can add a YouTube video, you can add a link, or you can have it connected to your Google Docs by searching right through there. So that's the About page. Let's jump over to students. So for students, you're going to have, there's 2 ways that you can add them. There's a code, so you can have them go to Google Classroom, copy this code, and then they press the plus button in Join Class and plug it in, and they'll be brought in. So that's one way. Another way is that you can actually invite students in. So this is connected with our Wake County domain. So anybody within there is going to pop up when you search for them. So you can automatically add students in. So that's how you add students. You have a couple options then for what you can do. Students can post and comment. So this is useful if you want them to be able to post on the site, to ask questions for you and for other students. You want to give them permission to post and comment. Some teachers like this because it puts the responsibility of learning on the students. Some dislike it because if students can post on it and if they're not using it appropriately, then that might be a nuisance. You can also set it so that students can only comment. So you add the post, but they can add comments on there. Or you can have it so that only teachers can add comments and posts to the main screen. Now I will say this doesn't need to be the same for every single student. When you have all the students added in, you can then choose for each one. So if there's a student that has trouble being responsible with posting, you can then remove that ability for them. All right, then stream. This is the main part of the website. So from here, you can add announcements, notes to your classes, and same thing, attach various files. But you can also add assignments, and this is the real benefit of Google Classroom, especially if you end up using Google Docs in your teaching. So you simply type in the date, you choose when it's going to be due, and then you can add in a file. So here, let's just make an example of this. Now before you assign, so here's the key part. You have a couple options for what you want. So say I create a template, a worksheet for students to do. You can have it so that they can only view the file. So maybe it's a rubric for an essay and you want them to then just kind of view it. You can have it so that they can all edit the same. So maybe there's an assignment for a group of 4 students, okay? And you want all 4 students collaborating on the same document, you can do that. Or my favorite option is make a copy for each student. So what this will do is this is going to take this document, and for the 20 students in your class, it's going to create a separate file for each one of them. It's going to put their name on the top, and it's going to put it in a particular folder for that. So it gives you a lot of options there. So I'll show you then what it's going to kind of look like as a teacher. Let's go to, then as a teacher, when you assign something, it's going to show you then for the students that have done it. It's going to pop up, and it's going to then show you a link to their assignment. So you'll notice at the top it has her name right in there, and when they open it up, there's a button on the top that says Turn In, and you can just plug in, as a teacher, you can just plug in the grade right here to add some comments. So it's a really useful way to go paperless, and it does a lot of the organization for you. It's going to create folders in your Google Drive and in students' Google Drive, make copies for each one, give you one place to add in all the details there. So that's just a basic quick overview of Google Classroom. It can be a very useful feature if you're using Google Docs, but even if you don't, you can attach any number of files, so it might be a nice way to set up your class website. Hope this was useful.